Welcome to Spotlight for Success by American Book Company. I am Devin Pentosi, your host. We are here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina at the NCRA conference, and we are here joined by our special guest today, Tonnye Fletcher. Tonnye, nice to see you today.
Hi, thanks. Happy to be here.
Tonnye joins us. She is a primary school teacher at Whiteville Primary, and that's part of Whiteville City Schools. We're so happy that you're able to join us today.
Thank you.
And I understand we're going to talk about some of your experiences, and I believe you have a book to share.
I do. Very excited.
Wonderful. Can you tell us a bit, Tonnye, about your experience? What led you to decide to become a teacher?
I think I always knew I wanted to teach. The question was what and who.
Okay.
So I went through a few different options of that. I thought about teaching high school band because I was a band geek in high school, and then I thought about drama, and eventually I landed back on elementary education because everything that I loved I could teach in the elementary classroom. So I could do drama, I could do music, I could do writing, I could do poetry, I could do all the things that I loved. And so that's how I ended up in elementary.
Oh, nice.
And then I transitioned to music later. So now I'm actually a K2 music teacher, but I did second grade for 17 years.
Wow, that's great. You love the little ones.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun.
That's wonderful. Tonnye, can you tell us a bit about your journey of becoming a music teacher in K through 2 and what led you to write the story you're going to share with us today?
Yeah, so 17 years in second grade were wonderful, but every now and then you have a really tough year, and it was a really tough year. And it also just happened to be the year that our music teacher retired at the primary school, and I thought, oh man, that would be a really nice change, a really nice shift. And so I went to my superintendent and I said, am I qualified? And he said, yeah, you are. And I said, well, I'd love to try this. Talked to my principal. I said, if I'm terrible at it, can you put me back in the classroom? If I'm not good at it, can you put me back in the classroom? And I've not looked back. I've been in the music room for 11 years now.
Wow.
So yeah, I do love it. And I've always loved music and all things music. And I've also always wanted to be a writer. Back in the day when I was maybe middle school, I'm going to show my age a little here, but I was actually writing episodes for Fantasy Island, if you remember.
What? Really?
Not really, but yes.
Oh.
I was trying.
Wow, that's great.
And started some novels and different things. I've always wanted to write.
Okay.
Yeah, so I joined kind of the Kidlit community, we call it, in 2020.
Okay.
Ahead of the pandemic, not knowing what was coming. And so I joined Twitter and got really involved in the Kidlit community. And so from 2019...
Wait, can you explain to the audience what the Kidlit community is?
I can, yes. So the Kidlit community is just a broad term for everybody who writes literature for kids.
Okay.
So picture books, chapter books, middle grade, and young adult.
Wonderful.
As well as board books kind of fall into that category of Kidlit. So in 2020, I came in to the Kidlit community and started working really, really hard, taking all the classes, joining the groups, and entering contests, doing everything I could do to learn the craft. I'd been working at it for a while, but I wasn't very good at it, and there was so much I didn't know. And so I was doing all of that, learning so much, making so many new friends and acquaintances, doing every free webinar and class that I could possibly do, and writing a lot. And then in, I want to say maybe July, there was an agent, and I had already started querying way too early. Wasn't ready to query, but I queried, which just means sending your book out to like agents and editors to see if they're willing to buy it. And so I had been doing that for a while. And then this agent posted on Twitter at the time, she posted this concert for plants that had happened in Barcelona in June. So this is right after that. And she said, I would love a picture book about this. I don't know what it would look like, but I really think this is a cool story. And I was like, I think this is a cool story too. So I watched the video, like you can watch it on YouTube. It's amazing. So I watched it over and over and over, and I thought, okay, I could do it this way, I could do it this way, or I could do it this way. So I did it all three ways. I wrote 3 different versions of the same
wow.
story. I wrote a totally nonfiction expository, and then I wrote this book that we have in front of us, and then I wrote one that was kind of taking one plant from the nursery to the concert, home with the healthcare worker. And polished those up, got them as good as I could get them, sent them out to this agent who said she wanted this story, and she said, yeah, no. Yeah, no, not what I was looking for. I don't know what I was looking for, but this is not it. So I said, okay, that's all you can do. You say okay, and you just try again. So I set them aside, and then later on there was what we called a Twitter pitch contest.
Okay.
And that's where you just send like a little quick blurb, a tweet. And you kind of fit the whole little mini summary of your book into a tweet. And then if they like it, I mean, it's random, like whoever happens to be on, whatever they happen to be looking for, if they have time to scroll. But if they give you a heart, that's an invitation to submit to the editor or the agent. So I did that in February of 23. And Winston Bingham from Raycraft hearted my pitch and sent me a message and said, send me this book. I want to read it.
Look at that.
And so I said, okay. And I did. And she called me after she got the full manuscript, and she said, this book is beautiful. It has musicality. It has rhythm. It's lyrical, and I want to buy it.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. All right. And now can you show us the book?
Sure.
Tanya? That'd be great.
Yeah.
Love to see it, Tonnye.
So, yeah, this is it.
Music Plants Hope.
Yes.
And how does that start?
Well, it begins actually with the string quartet walking onto the stage. So this is a concert for plants. And so the very beginning, there's a prologue that kind of grounds you into what's happening so you don't just kind of be jilted into it. And then the very first lines begin, footsteps on the stage. The string quartet enters in their black and white. They haven't played for an audience in months. Butterflies may fill their bellies, but their bows are rosined and they are ready to play.
Very nice. Very nice. Music Plants Hope. Again, this is by Tonnye Fletcher, and we're so happy that you were able to join us today.
Thanks.
Now, how can people find out more about your book and look at ordering your book?
Yeah, so if you're here at the conference, you can go visit Gigi's bookstore, which is right here on the premises. But if you're not, I'm sad that you're missing it. But we are available on all the book buying places, Yahoo, Barnes & Noble, all those places. Bookshop, if you're into supporting independent bookstores, which I love. So bookshop.org, it's available there. You can also visit my website, and all the places to pre-order the book are listed there on my website on the Music Plants Hope page.
Okay. Well, thank you once again, Tonnye Fletcher. I appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you. It's been a joy. Pleasure. Thanks.